Just thought that I was gonna go do a brief video on my daily driver, which is a 1969 Cutlass S. This Cutlass S is nothing too special, but it has a couple things with it that I think makes it a little bit unique. But all in all, it's a pretty plain Cutlass. The engine under the hood is just your regular run-of-the-mill 350 rocket engine, so nothing too special there. It does not go very fast at all. I drive it in the pure stock muscle car drag race sometimes, which is a fantastic event in Michigan if you have a pure stock muscle car or you like to see pure stock muscle cars drag racing. But I am the second slowest car there, but I don't really care because my car is a survivor car. It's never been rebuilt. It's never been touched, more or less, for anything. The engine that is in it right now is the same unbuilt engine or unrebuilt engine that's been in it since 1969. So it's gonna be a little bit tired for a 350, and everybody in pure stock muscle car drag race. Most people cheat, but that's kind of like that's just my personal opinion of the matter. I have no proof, but I have speculation. But there's a couple cool parts about the car itself. One of which it is a post-coupe car, and I actually think post-coupes are the coolest types of A-bodies, but you don't see them a whole lot, so it's pretty cool. And I think the coolest part about this car actually is where it was built. Now, this car was built in Canada, actually. The person that I bought it from was a GM employee's wife who put this car up for auction at 2014, 2015. He was a GM employee that bought this in Canada and then got transferred to Saginaw in one of the various GM plants they had there. And when he died, this car just kind of sat until she eventually sold it. And it was listed as having a blown transmission at the auction place. It didn't have a blown transmission. The kickdown cable was not connected, and that was the only thing wrong with it. And that has been the only thing wrong with it, except a brake line, or two brake lines went out last year, but that's to be expected with a Michigan car. Everybody knows that the brake lines are very, very, you know how thin they are, and if they get any exposure to rust for a long period of time, they are like the first thing to blow. So those blew 2 years ago, and I had a massive brake failure, but nothing too crazy. I just dumped all my brake fluid on the ground. But it is, as I said, a 350 rocket. Gotta get the lid open. As you can see, nothing too special. Got the air conditioning, I got the heat. Everything's there, and most of it all works. But as you can see, it is a car that is made in Canada. There we go. You can see on the VIN, made in Canada. So unique on that part. I've been daily driving it for years and years and years, and it is in decently good condition. It is not too rusty. It's a little bit dirty right now because the road I live on is not that great, and it rained yesterday. It was perfectly clean though before that. I washed it, but good things don't always last when it comes to rain and when you live on a crappy road. So the paint is not the original paint color. Actually, it was repainted sometime in the 1980s, and that's one of the only things that has been done to this car. We don't quite know why, but they tried to match the original paint color, but they didn't do a perfect job. So the gold that was originally supposed to be on this car is just a little bit darker than this gold color, but you wouldn't be able to tell at a glance. So the interior of the car is pretty well all put together and nice. There's a few things that has been done to the interior. I don't have any cracks on my dash, which is always a good thing, but the radio head unit is a new unit that I put in, which is like an aux cable kind of system. My dad hates it because he says the sound quality is bad, but I personally can't tell, but I'm not very good at that stuff. I mainly listen to books and stuff. The previous owner put in Pioneer speakers and a Pioneer head unit, and that's what I took out the head unit and put in this new one. They put in a GT Grant steering wheel. I'm not a big fan of Grant steering wheels personally, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I haven't. So it's been there for the whole time I've had it, and the rear seats are all well put together, and they don't see much action because I'm a lonely individual. So yeah, all in all, very well put together. Everything works and runs perfectly, which is good for me. I have all the original extras and fun stuff for the trunk. I don't have my keys with me, so I can't open it up, but the spare tire and everything is still, the original tire on the spare tire is still there. It's kind of old and dry rotted, but it's still, in my opinion, a cool thing to have. So, you know, but I said, nothing is all too special about this car at all. It's just kind of your run-of-the-mill Cutlass S, but I do like the 1969. They are my favorite year of Cutlass, and probably the only year of Cutlass I would ever own. 68s are okay. The front end, in my opinion, is a little bit wompy, but I don't really like the 70 or the 71 all that much for that. But whatever, 69s are still great. I like mine because I see what a lot of people do with 69s is they go make the Hurst clones out of them, or try to make 442 clones. But you know, mine's just a nice little Cutlass S. Nothing crazy, but still pretty cool. And you know, I like it, and I guess that's all that really matters. So yeah, I guess I've been jabbering a little bit too long now, and I better go do something productive, like finish taking the battery out of that piece of shit.